Okay, Charan. So in the previous class, that is yesterday's class, I started with the reproductive health, and I said reproductive health had three aspects: the physical reproductive health, and the mental reproductive health, and the social reproductive health. Physical mental reproductive health included everything related with the working of the organ and system of the reproductive system. Each organ is do it fulfilling its work in a proper manner, it is carrying out its function in a proper manner. Then we say that the person's physical reproductive health is proper if it does not have any type of infection, it does not have any type of blocking, it is producing its gametes and hormones and in, whatever type of things are there, whatever secretions are there, all the functions are going on in a proper manner. Then we say that the person's physical reproductive health is proper. The second aspect was the mental reproductive health. Mental reproductive health, I said the reproductive organ has some type of hormones. The hormones are actually playing with the what you call emotions, and these emotions are sometimes causing the different type of restrictions, some type of different type of problems. And for that, the most important thing is that the person should be taught that the male and the female, the youth should be taught to respect the people of opposite gender, which is often we are lacking in some way or other because we are not able to we are not able to put the children the importance of that thing, the respecting the design, because sometimes we are seeing in our families, sometimes we see in our surroundings, sometimes we see in the people in general, they are behaving very badly with the woman, and then the other people just take it granted, and that is why these type of things we are seeing. And the third thing is that is the social reproductive health, and the ultimate outcome of the reproduction is the birth of a child, and the birth of a child is actually adding to the population. So now today we are going to study about the impact of the population and the birth control. We have already studied yesterday. I thought that is what is meant by what are the harmful effects of the increase of population. We have studied that our country, being an agriculture country, though we are producing a lot of food and all, but it is not fulfilling the total require or total need of our population, growing population. And that is why you see all the things are becoming expensive. A little bit fluctuation is there, and we see that the onion prices goes high like anything, potato prices goes like anything, oil prices goes high like anything, because the population is much, but the production is not going according to that. So if the population will reduce, then that burden can be, or that type of problem can be rectified or controlled. And the second thing is that there are so many things which are dependent on the government. Now, whenever a person is having that is expanding the family, he or she is not bothered about the country level problems. He or she is just thinking that my child, I am taking care of, what government has to do with that. If I got three children, I got four children, I got 10 children, what government has to worry about that? So that is again a very big problem, because people are just thinking that the only responsibility of bringing up children is to feed them and to educate them. That is not all. There are so many things we are dependent on the government. We are dependent on government for the job. We are dependent on government for the medical facility. We are dependent on the government for water supply. We are dependent on the government for roads. We are dependent on the government for electricity. We are dependent on government for many other things. And the government has to see at a much larger scale. We are talking about only one family, our family, my family. But the government, for government, every individual is a part of a family, and then they have to look for a larger scale. So that becomes a big problem. I may have three, four, five, six children, and I can say that since I have got enough of money, I look after their studies, I look after their food requirement, I look after for their clothing requirement, I'll look after for their staying requirement. But that's only I can do. No, suppose I have six children are there, six rooms are there, and all the six rooms will have AC. Where the electricity comes from? Electricity government has to provide. When they will grow and they will buy a car, where they'll run their car? Roads government has to prepare. When they will become big, they will want to have their independent house. Where the house will come from, where the land will come from. So all these things has to be so, and that is why we are continuously emphasizing that the population should be limited, population should be controlled. So how to control population? Population control, the method of population control are also known as contraception. So we got four categories of contraceptive devices. Contraceptive devices, which are categorized into four types. One is barrier, second is pills, the chemical, hormonal or chemical. Third is IUD, intrauterine devices, and fourth is sterilization. So class 10, we are having these four methods: barrier method, hormonal or chemical method, IUD method, and sterilization. Barrier method is used in the form of condom. Condoms are available for both male and female, but the more common are the male condoms. Male condoms are the device which are made up of latex, rubber, thin, very thin rubber, and this is used to cover penis at the time of sexual intercourse. So whenever the semen is discharged, the semen will not go into the female reproductive tract, but it will remain trapped into that latex, the condom. Okay. And since it has two advantages, that first it controls the population, that is it prevents the required child, and the second is it also prevents from the STDs. Okay. Prevents birth control, birth of a child, unwanted child, and second is prevents from STDs. Since the condom will not let the male and female body to come in direct contact, so the disease or the STD which is there in a male will not be transferred to the female, or if it is having in female, it will not be transferred into male. So STD can be prevented by use of condom. Okay. There are several other advantages of use of condom. It gives total privacy. One need not visit to any doctor or any nursing person. Okay. Condoms are easily available in the medical stores, in the hospital, in the departmental stores and all. And it gives total privacy. One can use and throw. Okay, so that is why it is, and it is no way affecting the body's functioning. It is not having any including any type of hormones or any other type of chemicals or any other type of things. So it is nowhere affecting the body's functioning. And most importantly, the condoms which are used, it gives privacy. I have already spoken of. So these are the advantages of the use of condoms. Okay. Of course, condoms are present or available for the female also, but that is not having that much of acceptance in our country. So, we'll study about condoms which are used by the female in Thailand. Second is hormonal. Hormonals are available in the form of pills. Earlier, all the pills were hormonal, but now there are so many other pills coming which are not including hormone, but they are having some chemicals similar to that of the hormone, so they do not have that danger of the hormone. Okay. The pills which are used, it is only used by the female. One pill per day it is used. Okay, and the use of the pill will prevent the ovulation. So ovum will not be discharged. Since there is no ovum, there is no egg discharge, so there is no chance of fertilization. So it is a very safe method. And when a couple want to expand their family, the female will be asked to stop the use of pill, and then that particular month or in the next month and all, they can have the fertilization and conception of the child. So that is how the importance of pills. Pills are again very safe. easily available, having comparatively less side effect. Okay? The new pills, which are made of chemicals which are not hormonal. However, the hormonal pills had so many different type of ill effects, because it was noticed that so many women who used to take pills, they used to have either weight gain, or they used to have irregularities in the menstrual cycle in the beginning, or excessive blood flow in the menstruation and all. That used to be some problem, and even in some of the cases, very rarely, but it has been observed that those women who are taking pills, they used to also have breast cancer or other cancers. So that is why the pills has to be taken with the advice of the doctor only, or the medical staff only, having medical supervision. And the women who are taking pills should visit to a doctor to see the effects. Okay, but it is a very common and it is a safe method, because there is no alteration is done in the body. Okay, the third one is IUD, intrauterine devices. These devices are placed into the uterus. We have studied the structure of the uterus in the yesterday's class or the before classes. So this is the uterus. Okay, so some devices like property is there which is placed here. Okay, so they release copper, it is a copper wire here, and the copper ions are released, or some other chemicals are released, or some hormones are released, which functions in two different ways. First, they will reduce the motility of the sperms. Secondly, they may kill the sperm. Or thirdly, they may make the uterus inhostile for the implantation for the fertilized egg or zygote. Three different effects are there. First, they may release some chemicals or copper ions which may decrease the mobility of the sperm. Second, they may even kill sperms. And third, they may make the uterus inhostile for the implantation of zygote or embryo. So these are the ways it works. Property is very common, or sorry, IUD is very common because it can once be implanted and can last for 3 to 5 years. So especially those people who want to plan their families, and those who don't want to use these type of devices, because the pills frequency is having one per day. Suppose a woman forget, or due to some reason or other, or not, suppose someone want to have a sexual relation, but at that time condom is not available. So, or it may rupture, or it may have some other type of implications. So these are little what I learned is unavailable type of things. Some sort of problems can be there. But IUD once placed into the uterus, it will it will last for 3 to 5 years, and it will be much safer, and it is having least side effects. Okay. IUD once placed into the uterus for few days or weeks, there may be some sort of irritation and inflammation in the uterus, or some type of irregularities can be seen in the 1 or 2 months menstrual cycle. Otherwise, it is not having much bad effect. And those couple who want to plan their family, that for 2 years they don't want to have children after marriage, or they want to keep a gap in between the first child and the second child of 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, they can use it. Whenever they want to expand their family, they should visit to a medical professional. It will be again removed, and then they can have next child. So that I did. Sterilization is the fourth method, which is actually a total termination. It is a terminal method. Terminal method is it is completely stopped. Okay. So whenever a family, a couple is having enough of children, what is required by them, if it is there, then they may go to doctor, they may visit to a gynecologist, and they may ask for the sterilization. Sterilization is done either for the male or the female in a couple. So in case of the male, there will be a small cut put in the abdomen on the two sides, that is the left and right side, and the fallopian tube will be taken out on the small incision, and then the two loop-like structure is there, which is used to section it out, and it is cut and it is tied. The cut and these two ends are tied. So the egg which is produced here, ovary, egg is released, this is ovary, and the egg is released, egg will release here only, that will be released. Even if the sperm comes, they will come to here, but they will not be able to reach to the egg, and thence there will be no chance of fertilization. The surgery is done in the female since they are cutting the fallopian tube. Fallopian tube. Hence it is called tubectomy. The word "tom" means cut. The fallopian tube is cut. Hence the name tubectomy is comes. In case of male, we have studied the male reproductive organ. The male reproductive organ is having this scrotum, and the testis is there, and from the testis the vas deferens goes up. A small cut is made here. Vas deferens is taken out. It is cut and tied. So the semen which is produced here, the sperm which is produced here will not be able to go into the fallopian tube, and that will not be able to reach here. Okay, so these are the glands. This is the seminal cycle, prostate gland, and the upper gland. So it will not be able to reach out. So since in this case vas deferens is cut, hence it is known as vasectomy. Tom again cut, last method vas deferens. So vasectomy. Both the tubectomy and vasectomy are terminal method. And once that is done, it is very difficult to restore it. Suppose a couple, due to some reason or other, want to expand their family, then the probability, the chances are less. It will be expensive process. They will have to undergo some frequent visit to the doctor, number of operation or number of things has to be done, and that is why that should be done with a proper thinking. Okay. Generally, this surgical methods are done with the people of the village background who cannot have either availability or they are inconvenient for other methods are inconvenient for them. In the urban places and the cities and all these things are easy to reach, easily available. So for them, those methods are better. Anyway, what method has to be used, that is to be decided by the couple, by the proper concern or proper consultation of the medical professional. So they will tell that what method has to be used. Now, here the thing, as I said, the first and the foremost reason for the use of contraceptive method is to prevention of the unwanted birth, that is unwanted child birth. So that is very important. But that's not all. Most of the couples are not using it for that purpose. Rather, there are 2 or 3 other reasons also. First is that is to prevent the birth of unwanted child. Second reason, that where the couple wants to create a gap between the first and second child, or they want to have first child after 2 years or 3 years of their wedding or marriages because of the studies or because of the other implications. Suppose someone wants to take a visa and they don't want to have the child here because the child is also born here, then the child's visa is also has to be prepared, and so many other conditions are there. So many jobs like air hostess and all, they have to maintain the same. But there are so many other conditions for which the couple may have to decide that their first child will be born after 2 years or 3 years of marriage. So all that can be done by the use of contraceptive. Third, contraceptives are also like contraceptive like condoms can prevent the sexually transmitted diseases. So whenever a person is having that is physical relation, sexual relation with an unknown partner, or where there is a doubt that the person may be having some sort of STDs, then it is always better to use condom to prevent for them from that. And the fourth, sometimes it may be possible that the birth of a child can be fatal for the child or to the mother or to the both. then the decision has to be made that there shouldn't be any childbirth, and that in that case also they have to use contraceptive devices. So these are the 4 reasons for which a couple has to use contraceptive devices. It is not a force. There are natural methods also available, which I discussed in the previous class when I was telling about the menstrual cycle. I said the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th days are safe, and then after the menstrual cycle, that is 19 से लेकर के 28 days, that those days are rather safe. But that is not a guarantee, because the menstrual cycle can fluctuate and the body chemistry of person to person is different. Some may have ovulation on 13th day, some may have ovulation on 10th day, some may have ovulation on 18th day, some may have even have on little later. So one cannot, because of the menstrual cycle can fluctuate by tension, by physical state of the body, by certain type of disease, or maybe because of the use of certain type of drugs and all. And in those cases, these days will not be the ultimate thing. So we have to be rather careful by for using that what type of contraceptive method has to be used, and that is why I said a couple should always consult it with a medical officers or a doctor or a nurse or whoever there who can tell them better that whether they should go for the contraception or should not go for contraception, or if you want to go, that what kind of contraceptive has to be used and all. So they will guide it in a better manner. So there are 4 types of contraceptives. I said contraceptives are those devices which can be used to prevent the birth of a child, and these are mainly categorized into four categories for the class 1. The higher class is usually 3 4 more methods are there. Barrier in our book it is only given to the males in the form of condoms, and condoms in several government hospitals are available in free of cost. So condoms, like I said, it is made up of latex, rubber, thin latex, and that can be used to cover the penis at the time of intercourse, so that the semen will remain trapped in case of examination. It will remain trapped in the condom only, it will not go into the female. But more better use of this the prevention of STDs. That is, if there is any disease in case of male, it will not go into the female, or if it is any disease there in the female, it will not come to the male, because there is always a barrier of latex. It is somewhat like that. Nowadays we are in so many places when we go, we use gloves. So like if you are going to the departmental store and you have to take a trolley and you have to touch so many things. Every now and then you are not going to use your hands sanitized, so the best is to use a glove. Several departmental stores are giving you disposable gloves. So you just wear the gloves and take your trolley, buy the thing, and your body and the object is not coming in direct contact because there is a layer. Okay? Same is in case of condom. So condom must provide better safety. Hormonal methods are always be done by the supervision of or by consultation of some medical officer, because hormones are not an easy thing which can be used by everyone without consultation, because it may have several implications. Okay, so with this we come to the end of the chapter, children. In the next class, that is next Monday, we will do question answer and we will start next session. And I will take your test also somewhere in the coming weeks. Okay, that's all. Enjoy your day.